Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tom. I'm Nathan, channel where we make only one meal a day, and that is because I only eat one meal a day. If you want to enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoy making them, grab yourself your favorite food or beverage and let's get into it now. Hello, and welcome back. Longtime viewers of the channel agree that enjoying YouTube with a meal or a beverage increases satisfaction of whatever video you're watching by at least 34%. And this video is going to be the best video that you watch today. I guarantee it. And it's because we're going to show you how a 25-year-old something, I'm a little older than that, living in the Midwestern United States makes a massive meal for himself. I appreciate the new people for joining. And for those of you who've been watching for a while, welcome back. We have developed quite an entourage of individuals over the last 6-7 months. We're slowly but consistently chugging our way along to 1,000 total subscribers so we can hit YouTube Partner by the end of this year. We've gathered people from Canada, we've gathered people from South Africa, we've gathered people from not those places. I still think most people are from America, but none of them have loudly proclaimed that they're from America. So I don't know if it's a pride thing or what. I'm in America. And we're doing our best. But regardless, we have people from all sorts of walks of life. We have people with different diets, people who do carnivore, people who are farmers, people who are dietitians. People that just watch for the sake of watching. People who are cooks in and of themselves. People that leave short comments. People that leave long comments. And everybody has their own way of contributing. I just want to say thank you to all of you, because we've developed quite a nice culture for ourselves. Well, actually, you have created a great culture for us over the last 8 months. Close to getting 8 months. So I just want to say thank you. Because it's a hard thing to do. It's not easy. And I appreciate that about you. It's not easy developing a culture around someone who makes more or less the same meal every single day. But it can be made a little bit easier with a little secret that I'm going to show you here in the freezer. Behold, rainbow trouts. Yeah, fresh caught rainbow trout. Well, I say fresh, they're frozen. They were caught over the weekend. So while I was enjoying that nice bowl of beef barley soup, while I was enjoying all of that, I got to go out and do a little bit of fishing, which I have been talking about for basically months now. I want to go fishing like crazy. And sure enough, I did. I caught 2 fish. Noah caught an absolute monster. It was like a dinosaur. Basically just a really old fish. And I've had the weirdest story. If I'm just going to tell you this story and you're not going to believe me, then that's okay. Because I've never heard of anybody experiencing something like this. And I certainly never thought I'd experience something like this. This is the craziest fishing story that I've ever had or ever heard before. And it's just over rainbow trout. So we go out there. And Noah immediately catches a fish, but it's small, and so he throws it back. I started out the day really poorly. I was up to my waist in high water with my waders on, and I slipped, and I went completely into the water, filled up my waders, filled up my phone. My phone was in my pocket, so completely soaked my phone. Phone stopped working. That's great. When I finally got to the spot that I wanted to go fishing in, I did catch a fish, but I realized I didn't bring my net with me. Really stupid mistake. I kind of threw this trip together last minute, followed Noah along with everything. I hadn't gone to the store and re-up my supplies. And he said that he would bring supplies, and so I just brought my bag along that usually has my net with it. I wasn't thinking about it, and my net just didn't make it in with me. I thought I had brought it. I meant to have brought it, but but it just didn't come along with me. So Noah, of course, has a net, so that leaves a conundrum. We're going to be fishing in different spots because since it's the river and it's relatively shallow, we need to be in different spots. But if we're in different spots and one of us catches a fish, the person without the net is probably not going to be capable of getting that fish. And it just doesn't make sense to, because it was so rocky. I'm just letting you know right now, the one net solution was not going to work. So just believe me, based on the circumstance, it just didn't make any sense for one net to work. I was pretty disappointed about that. I realized this mistake when I caught my first fish. And it was a really nice sized fish. It was tugging on the line pretty consistently. I can tell that if I caught it, it would be a keeper. And believe it or not, I did catch it. I pulled it all the way in, and I held it up by the line. So I started working my way back down to Noah, over all of the rocks and the currents, trying not to get swept under again, with one arm completely focused on holding the line up. And the fish thrashed extremely hard, and it broke my line. I have a 4-pound leader line, which is not as strong as the other line, so if it gets hung up, it breaks off quicker. And it broke off, and I was extremely disappointed. And I basically went 3 hours after that without even getting as much as a bite. Extremely, extremely disappointing. And at that point, it's like I don't have a net. It's probably a good thing I didn't get a bite. I wouldn't be able to keep anything anyway. And I was pretty bummed. I'll admit it, I was pretty bummed. So I went to the car, rehydrated, came back, sat down next to a rock next to Noah, and I said, you just go fishing for as long as you want. I'm just going to stay here, keep you company. It's kind of boring going over there anyway. And I look over to my left, and I just see like a fish carcass in the water. And hey, look now, there's a dead fish over here. And I go to grab it, and it moves. And it swims its way up into the rock. And it's like there's no way out over here. It just swam under a rock in this little corridor. There's no way to get that for the fish to come out. What's going on here? And so I reached down under there, got a good grip on the fish, and I pulled it out. I kid you not. That fish had a hook in its mouth with a 4-pound leader line. The hook was the same size as the one that I was using. The leader line was the length about where it broke before. The fish was in a spot very similar to where I had originally hooked the fish. I'm about 90% certain that I hand caught my fish 3 hours later after I had initially caught it, and it broke off. And it just got extremely tired and found a little safe space under a rock to go to, and little did it know that that's where I was. So I'm pretty sure that I hand caught my own fish after it broke off. Never heard anything like that happen before. Absolutely ridiculous. And then, afterwards, Noah said, hey, why don't you just take my spot? Even if you don't have a net, just take my spot. Don't worry about it. I've been here the whole time. And I went, okay. And he had just been telling me, he says, yeah, I caught this fish, but it was too small. I caught this fish, but it looked like it was all beat up. And he described it to me. And I went in and I started casting for like a few minutes in Noah's spot, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. And I caught a fish. And I hauled it in and I threw it up on the shore. And it was a beat up fish with like a chunk that was like smacked out of it. Like another fish had bit it or something like that. When I say chunk, it's probably like, I don't know, a chunk about this size, maybe a little bit smaller. And I brought Noah over and I went, is that the fish that you caught earlier? And he went, yep, that's the fish that I caught earlier. He really wanted to get caught again. So I caught Noah's fish after he threw it back. And I caught another fish that got away, and then I grabbed it with my hand and picked it up. And I fell into the water. Ruined my phone. My phone completely died. Had soup when I got home. Now I'm out of soup, and so we're making this. So it's been an absolutely hectic, weird, and crazy last couple of days. A bunch of really low likelihood things happening all at once. And I don't really know what to make of it. It's kind of I'll be honest, it's kind of strange. It's absolutely strange. Am I a better man because these things happen to me? No, absolutely not. But the fish could not have been more unlucky. Those are either and they can't be stupid fish. These fish are, you know, these were big fish. They were keeper fish. You saw them. You might say, oh, they're not big fish. Well, we were catching rainbow trout that big and throwing them back like all day. So, rainbow trout this big with the head off, like this big of a fish, that's a pretty big fish. Those fish have been around for quite a long time. So those are like the unluckiest fish in the river that day. Absolutely ridiculous circumstance. But I know you want to know, what about my phone? Well, my phone got completely soaked through and stopped turning on. And I have like a smartphone. It's probably 2 or 3 years old, so it's not like I don't upgrade every year, but it's a new phone, it's a new smartphone. It's a Samsung, and I did not get any sort of warranty or protection on it. Excuse me, my warranty is up, and I didn't get any sort of additional protection on it. So, well, I took it apart. I took every single piece of it apart, and I grabbed myself a big portion of rice, and I threw every piece into the rice. And I put it all back together again, and it didn't turn on. I had to put it all back together again the next day, because I didn't get home till like midnight that night. And so I put it up to the charger, and it didn't turn on. Tried a few hours later, 2, 3, 4 times trying, wouldn't turn on. I was thinking of giving up. When it finally got to a full charge, it turned on. It's had a few glitches. It's turned on and turned back off again after glitching out from the screen. But for the last 24 hours, it has run flawlessly, which is pretty good, because I've decided I am going to get a phone upgrade after this. Because since I separated it and put it back together again, that seal is no good. So dust and other water and moisture, like probably just the sweat from my leg when it's in my pocket, probably that would get into the phone and absolutely devastate the phone. So we're just going to get a new phone. Already priced out what it was going to look like. It's not going to be a problem. I can get a new phone. Not a big deal. So yeah, that was my last couple of days. Not to mention, I had to eat an entire crock pot full of soup, which was really good, by the way. That was fantastic. The broth was incredible. The broth was incredible. So I don't really know any other way of putting it. I don't know how the broth got that way. It wasn't the stuff that I got from the store that was really good. It had to have been like the rendering and the drippings of. It had to be the render and the drippings of the beef. I'm thinking too many things at once. Of the beef that I had, the combination of the tomato paste and the Worcestershire sauce. It had to be all of that combined. Because it really was, in the seasonings, all of that really was like one of the best sauces that I've had, in that soup. I guess broth is what you would call it. It was fantastic nonetheless. But I had to eat it all in a day so that we could have our video here today. And I have to admit, that was pretty difficult. That's a lot of liquid to consume on top of all the other liquid that I consume. Because I drink like 64 ounces of water a day minimum. Usually it's like 128 ounces of water. So that was quite a lot. Why is this here? This is not mine. I'm gonna leave it there. So I don't know if Noah has it there for a reason, but that is not mine. Okay. So we're gonna turn the temperature up just a little bit. We better fry on this. Try to break this chicken apart. A nice thorough cook on it before I throw my rice in, and it does. It needs a deep cook. So a lot more that needs to cook up on this. Our chef friend, or chef commenter, suggested that we try on chicken cacciatore. And believe it or not, I have actually made chicken cacciatore, and I love chicken cacciatore. Am I going to make it extremely well? No, I'm not. When I said that I've made it before, what I really mean is that I've made like the chicken part before. But regardless, even that small part I enjoyed a lot. So making the rest of it is going to be great as well. I think we'll try out the fish first. We gotta cook up our stuff. So here, either this weekend or in a couple of days, we'll try out the trout. I think 4th of July. 4th of July, we'll cook up the trout. That'll be good. All of you will be out celebrating 4th of July. Or maybe if you're in Canada and South Africa, maybe you won't. You probably won't. I don't know why you would celebrate that. But in America, we'll be celebrating Independence Day. And so, what a better time to cook up some fresh caught trout than on Independence Day. We're going to do that. Okay, well there we are. Some pretty incredible cooking going on right now. I was thinking about throwing the rice in. So we're going to wait just a little bit. Yeah, it's still too pink. I don't need the chicken to be super thoroughly cooked before I turn the rice in. I can't have it pink. That is a no-go for me. Yeah, that's about what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, if you can break it apart with a spatula, pretty good cooking right there. There we go. All right, we're good. Let's get our rice. 1 cup of uncooked rice results in this much cooked rice. Let's add it. Lovely. Very nice. And these big clumps of rice are breaking apart relatively quickly. These are heating up relatively quickly. Yeah, we want the rice to be somewhat warm by the time we put the egg in. We want it to bind really well. We want it to soak in really well. We don't want to just have a bunch of egg cooking around a whole bunch of whatever else we've thrown in here. So that's why I've thrown the temperature up really high, even though we risk doing a little bit of burnage. Because we have been cooking at a medium temp for 6 months now. Let's change it up. Let's put it to medium high. I just cleaned the stove over the weekend, so I like to keep it somewhat clean. No big chunks lying around if I can help it. So far I think we're doing a good job. Let's add our egg. And then we will be done. I find 4 eggs are good. You can do 5, but I think 4 eggs is kind of the perfect amount for this much rice. We are perfect. I'm going to turn that temp up, maybe not quite that much, but we will turn that temp up again. So we get this egg cooked as quickly as possible, and we'll transfer this over into our bowls, weigh it, and we'll be on with the rest of our day. Just like that. Half-hour meal every time. From prep to bowl. Yeah, and as usual, we'll get some really nice color on it, one when we cook it at a little higher heat, as well as just adding that soy sauce. It's very useful. That soy sauce will give you just about all of the flavor that you need. Of course, add more flavor as you personally like. This flavor is a preference. I like this with some pepper as well, but I'm just going to add some hot sauce when this is all said and done. I'll let the base of this heat up. Get it all nice and crispy. Sometimes we have wet food. Most of the time, if done well, we will just have some crispy food. All right, 2 bowls now. This is the part you all want. This is the way, if for people that are first-time watchers, the thing that keeps them coming back is the double bowl. Obviously, the double bowl is the best part of these entire videos. Okay, yep, just confirming. We'll zero this out, just so we're weighing our food exclusively. Not weighing the bowl along with it. I'm not going to eat the bowl. The egg on the bottom is cooked extremely well. Give this a quick fold. We want nice fluffy rice. And day-old rice. Why? So that we have lower GI. A lower glycemic index to reduce blood pressure, improve overall health. You can accomplish something similar by just using brown rice, barley, quinoa, lentils. But on the brown rice side of things specifically, I think common knowledge almost not common knowledge, but I think our current understanding almost universally agrees that brown rice is higher in heavy metals, really bad for your brain, as well as the rest of your body. So we'll stick with jasmine basmati rice. Okay, and here we are. Here's our food. We will weigh it. We will weigh it here shortly. Just need to confirm none of it ended up on the floor. If we go in here, a little bit ended up in the back there, which I'll clean up when we are off camera. So before I make you guys wait any longer, the most important part of the video, the weights aspect of the video. Take a look at that. We're at 2.62 pounds. 2.62 pounds. And as long as you're over 2.5, we know we do not need to eat any more for the rest of the day. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for coming out and watching yet another episode of the One Meal channel. I appreciate all of you. Tune in for January, oh my goodness, I've said that twice today. July 4th, not January 4th, July 4th for Independence Day in America. If you are not in America, that'll be a perfect time to tune in because that day is not special to you at all. But if you are in America, you should go and do and enjoy your normal festivities, and then come back the next day where we will have rainbow trout all cooked up and ready to eat. I think that sounds good to me. So, like I said, I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Okay, bye, food.